Oh, welcome to another episode of Killjoy Storytime. This time I have an interesting thread because it comes from me, yours truly. This is my own thread that I posted on K. So just sit back, relax, and listen to the thread. Earlier this year I read a story from an ex-archive about a stalker doing a stalker challenge in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and it going wrong, resulting in him waking up in a hospital from what he described as being more or less a Wendigo or dog man. Seeing that I'm pretty retarded and love LARPing in the woods, I grabbed a Marine bro of mine and thought to see if we can find the area. Unfortunately, right before the road trip I had to work a double shift, working from 2 p.m. to 6 a.m. on top of going to church Sunday and grabbing my gear and bro. I was pretty much up for 24 plus hours on no sleep and only coffee, so by the time we reached the Mackinac Bridge, I asked MB, Marine Bro, was that Colonel Sanders on the side of the road? Luckily, Marine Bro was able to take the wheel after we got to a gas station. I was able to finally sleep. Later that night, we got to the area, stopped at a motel to piss and get kitted up, and drove to what we thought was the area. We jumped out of the car with full gear, rucks, and guns, and were wandering and looking for our spot. We must have made too much noise because a guy came out of his tent, flashed a light at us, and noped back into his tent. Nice. Turns out our area was the next one over, and we finally managed to reach camp, get settled in, and have dinner. We were laughing our asses off that we spooked a guy back into his tent, and since it was late, when he tells people about seeing what he thought were National Guard run around camp, no one would believe him. Hallucinations after only 24 hours and no sleep, those are rookie numbers. The first day we found an area on the map that would have made sense that the old Anon was, but the story was 7 years ago, so in reality, it was just us chasing ghost stories and using a retarded excuse to go hiking and camping in the Porcupine Mountains. We didn't find anything but a nice 30-mile rock to a lookout tower and a lake to swim in. Monitoring this thread. On the way back from the rock, mosquitoes were so fucking bad, we thought the dog man was watching us in the woods with a big bucket of the little fuckers to stick on us like Wile E. Coyote. Stalker quest win? Forgot to mention this, but right before the rock we got checked into the ranger station and the Jews were selling bug dope for $15 a small bottle. After luck of a ranger picking us up on the way home from the rock, we jumped in the car and did a beeline for a bug dope and beer run. The next day we found a trail with an old mining town, so went for it and got some nice pics of the old ruins. Forgot to mention, but Fox Outdoor jungle boots were handcrafted by Satan himself because I was hating life while on the ruck home from day one. Ha, oof. When it comes to boots, I feel Civ hiking boots are the way to go. Mil-spec shit is trash. After the exploring of ruins, we found our way back to camp and chilled out. Smoked cigars, drank, and listened to Marine Bro's Commando playlist him and a friend were revamping. After dinner, we climbed back into our hammocks and spooned our rifles. I was rocking my AR-15 and Marine Bro was using his M1 carbine he turned into a scout sniper. I didn't hear it, but Marine Bro told me that in the morning he heard something wandering behind camp. He couldn't tell what it was, whether it was just a bear or the dog man, due to him hearing the breaking of the twigs and crunching of the leaves. But right before he took to listen, he said that it went quiet, so he didn't really get a gist of what he heard. Despite seeing no dogman or finding the area Anon said he was, it was a good trip and I highly recommend going to the Porcupine Mountains when you just want to go in the woods and having no signal whatsoever. Feel free to post your stalker stories as well. He fucked that carving up. This, and if it was Anon's first time rucking in them boots, they probably weren't broken in properly. Impressive. Very based Anon. I feel Civ hiking boots are the way to go. Found out that the other day that Puma and all companies make composite toe boots. Pick related. Kind of thinking of picking up and giving them a shot. Excellent. Nice. It wasn't my first time using the Fox Outdoor jungle boots. I used them in a 12-mile rock march and they still blew more dicks than a cheap hooker. Highly recommend going into the Porcupine Mountains when going in a woods and having no signal, says every skinwalker. Fair enough thread to post this, but as a Gation fag, I don't have any options to go Stalker challenge like OP. What I do have is the Atchafalaya Basin, which is sprinkled with abandoned oil drilling platform and such things. Been thinking of doing a weekend challenge going on boat from one to another. We'll follow with pics of what I mean. One of the bigger ones I've found. Bro, that is fucking perfect. This one looks like an empty platform, definitely concrete. I think so too. Get a boat or a kayak or some shit and roll out there for a few nights. Gonna get spooky. Also need to wait until cooler months so the bugs don't give me AIDS. Sure you do, Anon. Take your pick. Come back and visit again, Anon. It's 24 hours plus the 16 hours he was already awake. Carry handle and fixed stock. Blue Moon? Beyond base. Rare effort thread, thanks OP, put me in the screen cap. You mean Bloodsucker, right? Nice thread, I've been thinking about doing some dispersed camping recently as well, mostly in DNR land or WMA hunting grounds since I'm east of the Mississippi and there is truly abandoned wilderness here. Gonna sound like a dumbass, but what does VOB stand for? Maybe, I thought local cryptids fit the bill better. Bug out bag. Damn it, that's obvious. Thanks for the info, friend. Wish me luck in finding a skinwalker / cryptid / portal to hell. Any good places to do a stalker challenge in northwest Georgia? Not hallucinating, maxing. I hallucinate after 3 hours of no sleep. Based flectard. I constantly hallucinate. McRae still makes the real deal. Good thread. Thank you for the comfy thread. I got one. The Haunted Mafia House in Orchard Hills. Lots of stories about this one, but you probably won't get there. The neighbors will call the police if you stop your car. There are more links, but your site won't let me post them. That looks fucking sick. Don't get eaten by gators and cottonmouths, Anon. I expect a full report. Gators are extremely chill, low-key bros with a bad rap in my opinion. The cottonmouths might suck though, another reason to do this in the colder months I guess. It's usually short for Robert. He's been known to keep cryptids and gypsies at bay with his overwhelming pleasant demeanor, and it's just a good all-around hiking companion. Marine friend reporting in. My rifle was a Winchester M1 carbine with a Gen 1 M3 scope mount on it. They kinda modified from 1903 Redfield mounts, then they welded on. Heckin' wholesome. I'm glad you and your bros had fun, Anon. Based and Christ pilled. I need that Windussy.